big cheese when it comes to all the cars that we bring into the movies. But he's also very hands-on because he's a fabricator. His background is off-road racing. So when I knew that Dennis was still on the job, I was like, all right, it's probably gonna be pretty cool. And obviously showing up, being that I'm such a car guy, I really want to understand and see what was going on, the R&D and everything that went into this thing. So when you wanted to steer front steering input in, like you would with a normal car, you just turn the steering wheel. But when you wanted to activate the rear wheels to initiate the real radical maneuvers that this car did, because I mean, it literally just can go from side to side from the four-wheel steering. It's actually a separate toggle. I mean, you're always at your best as a driver if you got two hands on the steering wheel. So now imagine initiating a drift and then with your second hand, literally trying to steer the rear wheels to direct the car at a more exacting angle. Quite frankly, I think it kicks ass.
On screen rather than using the money to build the sets.
So the 78 Mark I Ford Escort, I remember day one when we walked in, I was with Tyrese and Luda and everybody, and they laughed at the car that I was given. And Chris said, oh man, they did you wrong. And I could see why you would say that. I mean, it doesn't maybe necessarily have the pop that the other cars have, but overseas, this car is really iconic. This car, it just crushed, it dominated the rally circuit for a long time. This is the late 60s, early 70s. And considering what we were doing action-wise in the movie, I felt that it was actually the most suited car. Now, it's a four-cylinder, it's carbureted, it doesn't have a ton of power, but it's so light, it doesn't need the power that the heavy domestic cars do. So, especially when it comes to jumping and pulling off all the heavy maneuvers, the car actually suited me just fine, and I love driving on the right-hand side. I love it.